And what surprises are buried deep in Hugh Laurie's past? You know the guy from House? Well, the House star opens up, and it's got nothing to do with open heart surgery. Let me tell you, you're going to want to stay tuned for that. That and all the day's top stories. They're coming up right here on this edition of Fox and Friends.
And later on, why did Hugh Laurie try to persuade producers not to call his show House? Find out a bit later on when we catch up with him.
And he's everybody's favorite cantankerous doctor, Hugh Laurie, with behind-the-scenes look at the hit show House. I was about to say Fox.
House.
Hit show House. I love this show.
On Fox.
On
My
Fox.
favorite show. I never miss House.
We TiVo it every week if
Hugh
we're
Laurie's
missing it.
Brilliant. Just brilliant.
He's great. And look at the beautiful Courtney Friel. We're glad to have you here.
House is a little intense for me. He's kind of a jerk. His
character. That's what makes him
supposed
good.
to be. I mean, that's the whole point.
But he's so smart. Everyone comes to him to, get treatment.
He can treat me.
Bill McCuddy brings the best out of him.
Oh, he'd love to treat you.
I bet he would.
Oh, yeah.
Next on Fox and Friends, is Hugh Laurie really that cranky when he's not shooting House?
No,
we get the inside scoop from his castmates and from the man himself when he joins us next.
And welcome back. Guess who's joining us? Bill McCuddy is in House.
Hey, good morning.
With a major star in his castmates, right?
Yeah, House MD is one of the highest rated shows on TV. Hugh Laurie, a major reason. But there's a lot you don't know about him. I caught up with Hugh and his cohorts recently. Take a look.
Can't take the case. I don't have a team.
So hire a team. Have you even interviewed anybody?
You test drive a car before you buy it. You have sex before you get married. I can't hire a team based on a 10-minute interview. What if I don't like having sex with them?
In the very first instance, I did strongly advise against them calling it House. Call it something general. Call it, the name of the hospital. It had no title at all when it's done. But I said, you should let the audience decide what they like. If they like the maintenance man, they like the maintenance man.
I can remember exactly what I was doing when I heard the news. I was listening to the news.
A lot of people in this country don't know that Hugh Laurie has a comedy background.
It's weird because in Britain, it's strange to think of him doing a drama.
Mr. Smear, I can assure you we have no...
Call yourself a school?
Well, I don't actually call myself a school.
Kind of known for two different things in two different places.
He's created a real character that is so different from him.
You knew that cleavage was a smokescreen. You're a genius.
There are times where he can be very hard on himself, and there's times where he's making everybody laugh.
That just can't be right.
Sorry.
He definitely has both sides to him.
I am not diabetic.
Grocery stores giving away medical degrees with the free turkeys now.
Why don't we hate him?
He heals the sick. He saves lives. Well, you're naturally inclined to forgive a great deal.
Of course I care. What a horrible thing to say.
If he was actually blundering through and killing 14 people a week, I don't know.
You can't know what's wrong after a 30-second perusal of his file.
Apparently you can't.
Does he ever slip out of his American accent?
Never.
Even when he's not shooting.
American accent the whole time.
I've said too much already.
Well, there are certain days when every single syllable can be hard.
We kind of laugh at how he puts himself through the ringer.
The word do can be hard. It can be hard. I mean, honestly, because I realize in my fleeting study of the subject that there is no word that we say alike, the two nations say alike. Not one. I can't find one.
When you go back to England, do they accuse you of now having an American accent?
Do a little bit.
Oh, how terribly foolish of me, Doctor. Is it that late?
Maybe it's not so much the accent as just phrases, vocabulary I start to pick up.
I'm calling from London, you see. Must have got my times mixed up.
Truth is that all English people are faking it. Right? We'll talk normal American, and you just do your whole little English thing.
What, kids aren't pretentious in England?
English people grow up surrounded by Americana in a way that you guys simply don't.
I just had the Avengers growing up.
Really?
We make a couple of television shows and one movie every 8 years, and we send a pop quartet over the Atlantic every now and then. But other than that, you're not really exposed to very much English.
Is our American accent that easy to do?
I don't think so. I think that he's just pretty phenomenal.
Does he ever limp on the wrong leg?
No.
He is House.
Yeah. Nice cane.
If I know what you mean.
My mother, #1 fan in the country.
Really?
Could you look in the camera and assure her that no sporting event is going to preempt you this season?
I don't believe, as far as I understand it, that any sporting event is going to push us off the air. Although...
It isn't a game, House.
But it could be.
I'm not cleared to say that.
Your big cane is real subtle, too.
Gotta go. All right, Mom, you're safe.
I love
although,
McCuddy.
yeah, thanks. Although the Super Bowl is going to precede House this year, the coveted spot after that. And by the way, Fry and Laurie, from his stand-up days and sketch comedy days, available on DVD. Worth a pickup because it's another side to him you have never seen before.
I love that show. It's a great show.
He's the best.
Yeah,
He is.
he's
He's
great.
tough.
Sure.